Welcome to another episode of On the Same Page with Brenna Butler and
Casey Bond.
Casey's with us today, and we've got a lot of books that we love that we're going to be talking about, starting with Trinity Row. Trinity Row, of course, by Kelly Martin, is our On the Same Page book for today. We both read that during the last month, and what did you think, Casey?
I love it. It's an awesome Southern Gothic paranormal. It's creepy in places. I loved it so much. It's if you like scary stories or any sort of if you watch the Ghost Hunters on TV or anything, you're going to love Trinity Row. Yeah,
and Kelly Martin is a huge fan of the Supernatural TV show, and you can kind of see that influence come through this. Just the ghost experiences just give you chills. And when you have a lead character called Ivy Black, that just sets the scene for it all. One of the things I like most about this book were those slow, intense scenes that really build. I know that online there are a lot of people talking about the scene in the bathroom, which doesn't sound like that scary a place, but when it's filled with mirrors and really crazy ghosts, it does get pretty intense pretty quick, and that was really one good one for me. And when she fell into the cellar,
that creeps me out.
Yes.
It's so twisty because you really are wondering, like, okay, which one of these characters is the ghost? And it's got a lot of twists and turns. It's very entertaining. So it was a page turner for me for sure.
And that's exactly right. A lot of the book you're sitting there thinking, which of these characters is real, which is not real. Are they really ghosts? Or is the main character crazy and just in her head? What is going on? And so I just love that kind of tell you about that. And I did bring one of our favorite books from the same author, Dark and Deadly Things, the series, very much in the same vein. That horror follows a reality show, person whose father's in a reality show that does ghost hunting, and he I don't want to give too much away, but something happens.
Something
so his daughter kind of comes in to try to solve the mystery behind that. So that's another gripping series from Kelly Martin. Casey, so what else did you read this month?
So I'm going to jump right in with Rachel Kane's Glass Houses, which thank you for recommending it to me.
Yeah, no problem. One of my favorite series of all time.
Oh, it's amazing. It's so much fun. If you like vampires at all, you're going to love this series. I've only read the first book so far, but I'm going to read the rest of them just based off the first book. So it starts with Claire. She is a very intelligent young lady who should be in high school, but winds up going to college because she's very bright. And her first experience with college is not a very good one. There are a lot of bullies and mean girls, and I mean, it literally starts with she gets her laundry stolen, and these girls basically throw it down the trash chute because they don't like her for whatever reason. She intimidates people, but it's great. So she winds up looking for a new place to stay. The dorm's not a very comfortable place for her, and she finds her tribe in the folks at the Glass House, which it's such a great cast of characters. They're so fun. They're entertaining. They play off one another.
And it's typical kind of young adult college.
It is.
When they make dinner, they make chili over and over again because it's the only thing they know how to make. Or tacos because it's kind of like chili,
I'm surprised there weren't ramen noodles in there somewhere. that was my college experience. But it's fun, and it's great because she finds these people to rely on, and they protect her. And there is a lot going on in Morganville with the vampires, and there's this hierarchy that's sort of, you get a glimpse of it, but you don't know the whole thing yet. It's great. And if you like mysteries at all, it's got that creepy Southern Gothic vibe too, I felt like.
Yes.
And it was just very entertaining.
It's all based in Texas.
Yeah, it's so great.
Yeah. And Morganville Vampires, Rachel Kane. I know I'm really looking forward to the next
books
one for
are in that series?
Oh goodness.
Isn't there
like 8 or 9, maybe 10. There are several.
It's
several
great,
in that series. But
I highly recommend it. It was a great read.
Wait till you get to Fight Club.
Ooh. And how fun is that? Her cover is fun. It was a fun read. I just enjoyed the whole thing. So I can't say enough about it.
Nice. And you haven't even got to Myrna yet.
I know. You told me I should look out for him.
Oh my gosh. And Sam Glass. Oh my gosh. So yeah, you've got a great road to go with that series,
excited.
I think. Very good series. One of the things that I read over the past month was The Vikings Chosen by Quinn Loftus. Now, the second book in this series, The Vikings Captive, came out in February, but I hadn't read the first book yet. Sometimes if I know it's going to be a series, I kind of hold off because I don't want to have that book hangover after the first book. But I went back and read The Vikings Chosen. Very cool. It's a YA romance, kind of set historically. It's about an English princess who is forced into a marriage with this really atrocious king. And she's doing it, of course, for diplomatic purposes to help save her kingdom, and is forced into this marriage. But unbeknownst to her, there is a Viking general who has a small guard that has infiltrated the castle, and they are pretending to be guards in the castle. And their ultimate plan is to take over and pillage, as Vikings often do. The general also has another idea in mind. He's actually the son of the clan's oracle, and she has foreseen that he will take this princess as his bride, and what the great future this will have for the clan when he does this. So he has this in the back of his mind, and he's been befriending her all this book, and it's really kind of cool to see all this play out. Vikings Chosen by Quinn Loftus is just a great read. I'm looking at my notes here because there was so much about that. There's also, I've just read Vikings Chosen, but there's some inklings of a gypsy healer kind of turn in that, which is famous in Quinn's other series, the Grey Wolves series, and the Gypsy Healer series that Quinn does. Kind of that idea of the individuals with these extra powers to heal.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
Just a really cool tie-in with that as well. The Vikings Captive Book 2 is out now, and I also see that the Vikings Consort will be the third book, and it's scheduled for this fall.
Wow. They're beautiful covers as well.
Oh, yeah.
But Quinn's writing is phenomenal.
Oh,
so
yeah. She does. She knows how to do that romance.
She
It's
does.
usually got more of a paranormal twist than this one had, but you see that same kind of witty banter between, and it's the same kind of anticipation and chills leading up.
Fun.
So it's a really good read.
That's awesome.
Yes. What else did you take a look at this month?
So I read 5 Feet Apart by Rachel Lippincott. If you don't know, if you have,
I think we have that cover.
We have the cover
for the screen.
It's pretty amazing. It has nothing paranormal at all in it, which is kind of unusual for me, but it is a beautiful story about a young man and young lady who have cystic fibrosis and their struggles with the treatments and basically just trying to survive, and what it means to their families and what it means to their friends. And it's just a beautiful story. What I took away from it is that there is a huge difference between being alive and living, and you have to choose to live.
Now this one's going to be a movie,
It's
right?
a movie. It's out now.
Okay.
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't
either.
had a chance to go see it, but I definitely plan to. It was a really good read. It's one of those ones that just remind you of what's important in life and what priorities are. So
Tearjerker? I don't know about.
I didn't cry.
Okay.
I just felt like it was just it just I guess resonated with me. It was just a really good book.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm not a crier.
Excellent. Yeah, there's been a couple weeks I've cried.
Yeah.
Like Harry Potter.
Oh.
And then might have been a couple of tears there. But anyway, I digress. One of the other books I picked up this time was School for Psychics, and I believe we've got a cover photo there. That's something, just looking cover, I might not have picked up, and I actually told Casey that I had to take a couple double takes because I thought, is this a second edition, has been earlier released, because that cover seems kind of retro, but it does kind of fit. It all follows Teddy Cannon, and Teddy is a young lady who has psychic ability. Now it starts off, we talk about those opening scenes sometimes.
Yes.
This one has a killer opening scene. You come in right on Teddy, and she's in a wig, and she's disguised, and she's headed into a Vegas casino that she's been banned from all the casinos on the Strip. She has no idea that she's psychic. She just knows she's really good at cards. And they can't find her cheating. They don't have any evidence, but she's already been banned because they're pretty sure they just don't know how she's doing it. So she's sneaking in to get some quick cash, and she gets discovered on this mission and recruited to attend the school for psychics. And the school basically helps train kids with advanced cognitive abilities to later go into law enforcement positions or work for the FBI or CIA. So it's kind of a cool premise. I'm kind of on this assassin CIA secret agent kick here lately. I'm not sure about that, but this kind of fits into that. She has a group of friends that she meets right away. She's, of course, psychic. There are some that are fire starters. They are some that have telekinesis powers, can move objects. There are empaths. There are some that can hear dogs and cats and their pets, are pet psychics. So you have like a strange array of these cognitive abilities. And so as she attends the school, she gets wrapped up in some mystery that's going on at the school, and then she comes to find out that her own life isn't what she thought it was, and that she has some, I don't want to get into spoiler territory, but she has some background that she's just learning about herself. So, and how she fits into this world.
That's
so
great.
There's a reason why they recruited her.
It sounds amazing.
It is the start of a new series. This is book 1. I don't have any information on book 2 yet on this one, but it's School for Psychics by Casey Archer.
That's awesome. That sounds amazing. I might check that out. Another book I read is Wrong Side of the Grave.
What?
And I'm so excited because last month, I don't know if you tuned in, but Brenna mentioned 2 things, and that was Mothman and aliens. And you had me at both. I'm a West Virginia girl. I live very close to Point Pleasant. So I was so pleased that, you know, not only did you tackle the Mothman legend, and you did it in a very entertaining way, but there are landmarks from Point Pleasant in the book, and I just loved it. I was like, I've taken my kids to this park, so it was so fun. But our Mothman is a drummer. He's an alien. He's a protector. I love his chemistry with his best friend Bridget. There's just so much that I like mysteries, but this was very unique. I don't want to spoil it at all, but it's basically the dead don't stay dead. All of a sudden, dead people start coming back to life, and the whole town of Point Pleasant is like, what is going on here? And they've got to figure out what's happening. There was one point in here, and I told you about Rachel Lippincott's 5 Feet Apart, Give Me the Feels. There was one part in particular, gave me the feels, girl. And it was Bridget
and her mom.
Bridget is talking to her mother. She's lost her father about 5 years ago. And her mother says, your dad is not gone. He lives in the spaces between our heartbeats, the skips between beats, and he's always going to be there. And I just thought that was beautiful. I highlighted it. I was like, oh, this is just awesome. Because I think that's so true. We always carry our loved ones with us. But this book is so entertaining. I just flew through it. It was brilliant. Even the chapter headings are entertaining. I loved it. And so I'm looking forward to reading this bad boy. And this comes out Monday, the 8th.
Well, April 8th,
April 8th, Wrong Side of the Storm. So I can't wait to read it.
Thanks. And since we're talking our own really good books, I did delve right into High Seas, which is the second book in Casey's High Stakes series. We talked about High Stakes a little bit last time. I'm not going to talk too much about this time because, whoa, I can't do it without getting into spoilers.
It's crazy.
But take a look at episode 1 if you missed it, and we'll talk about High Stakes. This one's kind of the pirate adventure of the books. Really cool. I love time travel, and this one hits the spot there. Casey did put one of my favorite characters in a very dangerous position at the end of this book, and she heard about it from me. So we'll see how that goes in the next one, High Society. And when does High Society come out, Casey?
It will come out later this month. I don't have an exact date.
Okay, so I'll be looking forward to High Society here in April.
Yeah.
Perfect. We'll flip that around so people can still see it. Get them all the right way. Okay. So High Seas by Casey Bond. Another one I picked up from an indie author that I've loved for the past several years was Casey Blake's series, Forever Hunted series. So Forever Hunted, and we have a book cover there. That's the first book in the series, and I read it a while back. I just read the newest book, Forever Cursed, and that came out just in February. Now, I can't really talk about Forever Cursed without giving some spoilers, so I think I'll just talk about Forever Hunted. I do also want to mention Casey has a couple other series that are really good. Order of the Spirit Realm, which is about Van Helsing's offspring becoming a modern-day hunter. And that's a really good one. But I want to mention the Rules series because there's a really cool tie-in with her Rules series to this new series.
That's
so
awesome.
It's kind of continuing on in that universe with some of the same characters. So it's a really cool tie-in there. But basically, in Forever Hunted, you follow Trick, which is the best nickname ever. His name's Patrick, but they call him Trick.
Nice.
I've never heard that. I don't know why. Maybe
that's awesome.
I'm sheltered, but that's the coolest nickname. I'm going to tell every Patrick I know, your nickname needs to be Trick. But anyway, he is a hunter of all supernatural creatures, particularly vampires. And he was just kind of brought up that way. And it starts off with Trick, and he's very much an individual that's very straightforward. I need to get this done. It's a vampire, so I need to kill it. No gray area there. Very adamant about what he's doing, very sure of himself. But the cool thing about this is that he has this vulnerable side in that he has this super huge crush on the girl next door. And it's so cool to see that contrast with him because he's very he's right on top of it, killing all these monsters, but yeah, he can't even talk to this girl hardly because he's got this big crush on her.
That's awesome.
So Casey does that kind of thing very, very well. The crush next door accidentally does something that kind of brings some memories rushing back to him that have been hidden from him and been protecting him from some dangers. He finally he finds himself in kind of a life or death situation, and then he's having to make the decision, do I need to become a vampire to stay alive? The thing that he's hunted all along. So I'm getting chills just talking about it. Yes. It's just a really cool vampire hunter kind of story. A lot of relationship there. Ends on a very cool note. You get to see what choice he's made, and book 2 goes through what happens next. So recommend that series. It's Forever Hunted by Casey Blake, and Forever Cursed is book 2 that is out now. I'm hearing that she has 2 more books planned, Forever Hidden and Forever Bitten coming out soon.
Nice. I love the covers too.
Oh yeah.
I love covers. I like to talk about covers. Cool. Those are very neat.
So, Casey, do you have anything else that you read this time?
That's all that I've read this month.
So let's talk
do you
about
have one more?
What I don't think I do.
Are these what you're gonna to be read?
These are all to be read.
Okay, let's talk about our to be read.
Huge. You guys keep writing all these great things.
It never ends.
So I had hoped. Can I go first?
Yes.
I had hoped to have this one for today, but I just got it started. And so I did not read enough to talk about today, but one from one of my favorite authors of all time, Cast by Misty Preventure. Forecast is the prequel to this, and really good. It sets up that whole world. Just a real magical kind of book. So I'm still looking for
I'm
this
not
one.
going to spoil
this,
so but I've read Forecast and Cast, and they are amazing.
I know, you've told me
They're so amazing.
many times. So I'm looking very forward to this. And this paperback, by the way, okay, so I appreciate a well-formatted paperback. And the artwork in this is just so gorgeous. I don't know if you can see this, but Misty is somebody who I always identify as a very artistic, creative person, and she just does a great job with these. She
does, and if you love romance, magic, there's drama, there's so many things that go on in this world, and this world is just, it is incredible. It is unique and beautiful, and I loved absolutely everything about.
Well, it starts off with a glossary, right?
Yeah,
one, I think.
and you need it because it's so, but it's great. It is.
Yeah.
It is so wonderful. It's got some of its
Witches
own, like,
and wizards and all
right,
those good things.
vocabulary, and it's just, it is a beautiful magical world that you can definitely get lost
so
in.
looking forward to that.
Yeah.
One. I got to clap.
Yeah,
So looking
I
forward.
know.
Okay, what are you looking forward to?
I am going to read These Rebel Waves by Sarah Rash. If you've never read Sarah Rash, she's pretty amazing. So she wrote the Snow Like Ashes series, and man, I fell in love with that series and all the characters in it. So
Yes.
I saw this cover and I was like, I gotta have it. So I got it this last week, and I've read the description. I'm like, I can't wait to delve in. So I'm really excited to read it. It looks pretty magical itself. So
Okay. We're on the magic theme.
definitely
for next time,
romance and magic. It sounds like that's our common thread here.
Although we're gonna have a little bacon too.
Are we gonna add some bacon?
We're gonna add some bacon. I should have gotten. This one came out I think Friday or at the very end of March. I need to watch with my Fridays, guys. I'm sorry. At the very end of March, Dead Man's Hand came out, which is the third book. Oh my gosh, in the Octavia Hollows series from Stacey Rourke. It is a very quick read. You can see very quick read, much like the last one. But
it's a novella
been a busy
series.
week,
Yeah,
so I only had it for a couple
great.
days. But it's awesome. I can't wait to read this one and delve into it too. And then I think we have something alike. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this will be the book Bloodleaf by Crystal Smith. Will be the book that we're on the same page about next month when we come back here to talk.
Yeah.
Very epic fantasy. It sounds like it's going to be a case. Have you already started it?
I haven't yet. I
figure you usually like
No, I've read the description. I haven't.
a book ahead of me on everything.
No.
So, okay. So, yeah. So that one we're delving into next week.
Yeah.
I have a couple other on my list. I think I mentioned last time Wolf Hunter River by Rachel Kane, who wrote Glass Houses that Casey talked about today. That's coming out on April 23rd. So looking forward to that one. The Princess and the Fangirl by Ashley Poston. Kind of more of a contemporary book, kind of outside the fantasy a little bit, but still YA, and we're looking forward to that one too. When the Sky Fell on Splendor is another one on my list.
Oh,
I don't know
awesome.
if this one sounds like kind of a Stranger Things kind of thing. So it's When the Sky Fell on Splendor by Emily Henry. And so I'm hoping to have that one for next time too.
That's awesome.
So I've got a pretty ambitious list.
Yeah, I downloaded another one.
Might be
I'm
next
drawing a
few
blank on
months.
the author name, but it's called Enchantment of Ravens.
Enchantment of Ravens.
Oh, so I can't wait to read that.
That one sounds
Yeah.
good. You're a raven.
I don't know why, but I love birds. I like birds and ravens and crows and all the creepy things.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to
I
reading
did
that.
also want to give a shout out to a book signing event that is coming up this weekend, coming up on April the 6th. That's the Roanoke Author Invasion coming up in Roanoke, Virginia. It's at the Holiday Inn Tanglewood. On Saturday, 70 plus authors will be signing at this event, including me. Casey's not going to be there this year,
I
but
usually
she usually
go, but I
is.
couldn't make it work this year.
But and I was kind of opposite. I said no, I can't go this year, and then I'm going to go at the last
made it
minute.
happen.
So the wonderful Liz Long puts that on. And she's a very talented author too.
She is. Her Blood King, the Brighton duology. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh! But
That's all I gotta say. It's so good.
she knows that Witch Hearts is my ultimate favorite book, and that she needs to write sequels. And if you think so too, you need to comment on this because we need to convince her of this.
Tell Liz to get to work.
Yeah. That's the best one, and she knows how I feel about that. But anyway, Liz,
So what are the hours?
Donovan Circus series as well.
Yes.
I didn't write the hours down, Casey.
I think that's 10 to 4.
10 to 4. That sounds about right. 10 to 3, 10 to
Check
4.
it out on Facebook.
But that's
But it's a
Saturday,
great road
April
trip.
6th.
So if you're in the area, I mean, Roanoke is not that far. It's not out of the question to take a road trip.
About 4-hour drive.
Hey, pack up the car and go.
See the Roanoke Star while you're there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful area, and
So,
the hotel's
it
really
is.
nice. They always put on a great event. Liz knows what she's doing, so she was on the. I think she was on the news this morning there in Roanoke and promoting the event. So
Yeah, I'm sure. That just a really cool weekend coming up.
What other events are you going to do this year, Brenna?
Oh, this year I'm at Mothman Festival, scheduled to be there again this year.
As you should be.
And Once Upon a Book, signing in Frankenmuth, Michigan.
I'll be there with you.
Oh, you're going to do that Once Upon a Book too?
Yes.
Yay! So looking forward to those very much so.
And it's fun. Actually, Stacey Rourke, she hosts that event.
Yeah.
And it's in the Bavarian Inn, which looks like a European castle. I don't know how
location. Remember, the first year I went to Once Upon a Book, they do a big banquet, and you kind of dress up and go to the banquet the night before. And I wasn't sure where the banquet, I was arriving late and I was all flustered coming through traffic, wasn't sure where the banquet room was. Walked in and I see everybody doing the Hunger Games salute, you know, the 3-finger salute. I'm like, yeah, this is them.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Find your tribe.
So, just a wonderful, very well-run event as well.
Yeah.
One of my favorites of the year. Are you headed to PennCon this year?
No, not this year.
Okay, that's another big one that we see in September.
The last one I'll do is in November, and it's actually in Huntington. It's heavily romance authors, but I go anyway because it's an amazing event. Rebels and Readers. So
packed with people.
There's
and authors. Oh my goodness.
I think they sold like 700 something tickets last year or something. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Tanya Nagel puts it on. She's a blogger, Rebels and Readers blog, and man.
Do you know the date on that yet?
I think it's
usually first weekend in November, isn't it?
First Saturday in November. I want to say the 6th, but I could be wrong on that. But yeah, it's very good. It's down in Huntington. Tickets are on Eventbrite. It's at the Pullman Plaza Hotel, which has a nice, huge space, and it's a jam-packed day of signing. It's a fun event to go to, and another one you can just pack your friends in the car and go. It's great.
And that's Rebels and Readers.
And if you haven't been to an author event where you've got multiple authors in the room, you can just walk around to your favorites or meet new ones and check out everybody's books. It's an amazing atmosphere, don't you feel like?
Oh yeah, yeah. Very much family.
With like-minded people, and it's just so much fun. So I really hope you take the chance if you get the opportunity to go to one.
Yeah. And if you're writing and a new author, make sure you sign up for events like these. It's always a great networking opportunity, and it's nothing to be at a table and a reader come up and is looking at your books and another author goes, oh my gosh, you've got to buy these. I've read this author, they're so good, and it's just a real good family environment. You find your tribe there, like you said often. Just an awesome experience.
Definitely.
So, and I do want to, okay, it might be shameless plug territory, but I got the news this morning that yesterday Beth Crowley's The Dark lyric video got over 1 million views.
I'm so excited.
That was a song Nashville singer Beth Crowley wrote for my Midnight Guardian series, and so I just got kind of chill bumps there. But congratulations to Beth. Beth, if you haven't seen her, check her out. She writes a lot of songs based on books and pop culture. She's getting ready to release a single that's inspired by Riverdale.
Oh, I know.
So
and it's just beautiful. I actually write to her. I'll put my playlist on and just have her in the background.
Gorgeous voice.
Just beautiful.
So
congrats, Beth.
All right. Well, that's it for today's episode of On the Same Page with Casey and Brenna, and we'll see you next month.
Thanks.